If you're somebody looking to learn the best moves, strategies, and ways to play Smash, well, today's sponsor, ProGuides, will kind of help you out. I've been working with them for a while now and can say that they're one of the best ways to get into Smash from beginner to intermediate level, with guides on how to do stuff like wave dashing, landing, to juggling, and much more. They've been known for their course on Zero for the past few months, which is great by all means, but I've also been told the new guides are coming out soon for other pro players. They have a varied amount of content and are even starting a 24/7 coaching program soon, which will be perfect for people wanting to learn the game more. Overall, I hope you guys can check them out in the description below and maybe give them a try if they sound useful to you. Welcome back to the second part of the best moves for every single character in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, in my own personal opinion. Now, if I were you, I'd definitely recommend right now to check out the first part of this video if you haven't already. It's going to be at the top right screen right now, and we'll kind of give you a better introduction to exactly what we're talking about today. With all that in mind, though, today we're going to be talking about row 3 to 4, starting with Mewtwo. That said, let's get going. I feel so bad for Mewtwo because a lot of his best moves in Smash 4 just were made way worse in this game for literally no reason. In addition to all this, he got a bigger tail hitbox, so it kind of sucks. Stuff like his down tilt isn't nearly as good, his up tilt isn't nearly as good, his nair doesn't work quite as well. But if there is one move that I would say is better in this game, it's going to be his Shadow Ball. This thing in this game combos super well, kills super well, does way too much damage, gives him a ton of pressure all over the place, and while in general he is a much weaker character, and it is kind of sad that's the case, at least his Shadow Ball is really good. Roy's jab fits his kit 100% perfectly. He has a lot of great aerials that can get on his opponent's shield, but after that, if he didn't have a jab that could safely apply pressure, that could lead to combos, that could lead to reversal or rush back air and get kills, he wouldn't really have as much fear factor on him. But he does have all this from his jab. In addition to all this, his jab is just super safe. You can go jab and jab it sometimes. Jab, as I mentioned earlier, has a ton of combos, has a ton of setups. It's one of those moves that you can just kind of spam in neutral and do all right. Now, while most grounded moves aren't that great in Ultimate, this has got to be one of the best ones, and definitely one of the most unique ones as well. I'd say that you could argue that Chrom's jab is better than Roy's jab, but I don't want to say the same character's move twice. So I'm going to say for Chrom, his best move has got to be as well his worst move, his up B, the Chromakaze, whatever you want to call it. Now, the reason this move is so good is because while it is maybe the worst recovery in the whole game, it is also the best damaging thing in the whole game. You can do it out of shield and get yourself 26%. You can go forward into this, 26%. Nair forward air, 26%. Forward air into this off the stage, steal a stock. This move is ridiculous. Again, maybe one of the worst moves in the game, but also one of the best moves in the game. Game & Watch really has like no competition in his moves. His up B is just by far the best thing. It comes out frame 3, you can use it out of shield, it combos, it does a lot of damage, it's invincible at a certain point of it. It just gets you out of everything really. It's a great recovery move. It's overall just like his best move. And yeah, in Ultimate, there's really nothing else like it. Meta Knight is super hard because a lot of his main usefulness in Smash 4 kind of got taken away a little bit, and he got a lot less decentralized. In the previous game, I'd definitely say that either his dash attack or his down throw, which both led to up air strings, would probably be his best thing because they would kill super early, deal a ton of damage and all that. But in this game, both those were nerfed a decent amount, and I'm going to say probably Meta Knight's best move is going to be his up air because it can still combo, you still can potentially set up into it, and it's kind of the main thing that you just spam a lot as Meta Knight when you get the chance to do it. Still, there could be potentially other moves that could beat over this. You could argue his up B because it is one of his best kill moves out of shield, and his neutral B because it can be ridiculous off stage. But overall, Meta Knight really isn't the character anymore that just has to spam one move. He just has a generally pretty good kit. Hit and Dark Pick are, again, characters that are just kind of good at everything and don't really have a ridiculous move, and I feel like that's actually kind of holding them back. If they had one move that just completely carried their kits like a lot of other characters did, I think they could potentially be high tier, top tier, but without that, it kind of hurts them. Anyways, if I had to guess one move that I would say that is their best, it would probably be their dash attack. It's a good, fast move that works great with their dashing mechanics. That can make so that they can potentially kill off of it, that they can potentially set up a lot of edge guards off of it, and it's overall one of the better moves that they have. Now, I think you could argue a lot of moves to be Pit's best moves and Dark Pit best moves because they're all kind of similar in power. Overall, this one is probably the hardest one. Maybe you could argue Electroshock, maybe you could argue their arrows, but I'm personally going to go with dash attack. ZSS is overall pretty fair as a character goes, but she does have some pretty dumb moves, like her Nair, like her down smash, like her side B at times. The two moves that I'm going to talk about here, though, are going to be her down B and her up B. Now, I honestly say that these are kind of in pretty much the same ballpark, where her down B, the kickflip, can get you out of a ton of disadvantageous positions. You can combo into it out of Nair to kill super early. You can get people stuck on the ground and combo into up B or into side smash to kill super early. It's a great move, but I'm going to say that potentially her up B beats it out by just a bit because it is so good out of shield, and as well, you can combo into it pretty decently, and it kills so early. There aren't really many other characters that, you know, you hit your opponent's shield, and you're at like 100%, you near the ledge, they press up B, you're dead. Suit Samus has that, and it's just kind of ridiculous. In general, though, I say you could pick between up B and down B, but for myself, I'm going to give up B the slight advantage. Wario's just like Jigglypuff in his air movement, Wario's just like Jigglypuff in his attacks, and Wario's just like Jigglypuff in the fact that his down B is just busted. The Waft is just like Rest, except for it is way easier to hit, you can true combo into it, and it can kill at 40%. This move is dumb. I love seeing it in tournaments because Wario doesn't always get the most consistent results, but yeah, it's definitely dumb. Snake is hard because his dash attack is a key part of his kit that makes him so good, a good burst option that does a lot of damage. His up tilt is definitely another key part of his kit because it just applies so much pressure on your opponent's shield, out of shield. It also gives you a great kill move. And in addition to this, his side B Nikita is just busted when you're edge guarding. But I feel like for myself, his best move is going to have to be his grenades. Now, the reason for this is because his grenades just make Snake. They give him a frame one, for some reason, move that if your opponent hits you, you tie, you both get hit away, you trade, and then you can rinse repeat, which kind of makes Snake what he is. In addition to this, you can set up all your traps with your grenades, you can lead trap with your grenades, you can just be so annoying camping with your grenades and just doing everything you really want to a Snake. While by itself it may not look like the most busted move on him, it makes his kit just come together. In my opinion, that probably makes it his best move. Ikenair, lol. But yeah, real talk, Ikenair, this is just his best move. You're going to see Ike spamming this move all the time. He does have some other decent aerials as well, and some other decent tilts as well. But if you're playing Ike, you are definitely using Nair. Pokemon Trainer's best move is his down B because it lets him change his Pokemon. That's kind of a dumb cop-out, though. So I'm going to say, other than that, his best move for Squirtle is probably going to be either his dash attack or forward tilt because those both give him a ton of combo potential and just kind of open him up. Those are great. For Ivysaur, definitely his downer, just the best gimping tool in the game. His Razor Leaf, also one of the best projectiles in the game, though, so that could also potentially be there. And with Charizard, I'm going to say his backer, because that thing kills at stupid percents, is relatively safe, you can combo into it out of back throw, and I love seeing it. Overall, Pokemon Trainer just has so many options, it's really hard to pick exactly one, but that's kind of what I'm going to say. Diddy Kong has been and always will be his down B, the banana. Now, the reason for this is because it just sets up for everything Diddy Kong wants to do. It allows him to effectively approach his opponent, effectively camp out his opponent, effectively combo into his moves, effectively combo into his smashes to finally get kills, and in Ultimate, actually, he got a infinite out of it, which is extremely hard to set up because your opponent has to be on a platform and has to have a lot of things set up, but if you can get it going, it is really good. Overall, his banana just kind of sets up for everything for Diddy Kong, and while it is a lot worse in this game compared to Smash 4, it still is his best move. Okay, so while playing as Lucas, the move that you're going to be using the most is going to be his Wave Bounced PK Fire, so that you can effectively throw a projectile at your opponent completely safely and just spam that, tons of damage, it's great. Now, while playing against Lucas though, his meth move has got to be his PK Freeze, because it just kills you at like 40% off stage, and it's ridiculous. In general, PK Fire definitely a more consistent move, PK Freeze definitely a more busted move. I'm going to say PK Freeze is slightly better because there's really nothing like it at all, and because it can kill at stupid percents. It can be kind of hard to hit, but when it does hit, it's a free kill. Sonic Spin Dash got hurt a lot compared to Smash 4. It's not nearly as safe to use anymore, you can't cancel it like you used to be able to anymore, and it doesn't combo quite as well, I feel, as it used to because some of Sonic's moves don't work quite as well. But I still think it's his best move. It's the move that you're going to be seeing the most out of Sonic players. It's the move that still leads to most of his combos, that still can potentially lead to most of his damage. And while it isn't as good as the last game, Sonic in general isn't quite as good as he was in the last game. So I feel like that's just kind of how it is, but it's still his best move in my opinion. The Gordo for King Dedede is a very easy choice in like 90% of matchups because it allows you to ledge trap very easily by putting that out, either hitting your opponent with it by itself or just setting up pressure so that you as King Dedede can attack your opponent. You can throw it out in neutral and your opponent has to deal with it again and again and again. It can kill. It can just kind of do literally everything. Now, if your opponent has a way to deal with the Gordo, that can kind of suck. You could argue some of Dedede's moves would be potentially better in that situation, but in most matchups and most situations, I think the Gordo reigns king. While Olimar got nerfed and his hitbox was made bigger, and while he does have a lot of potential things that are now kind of wrong about him, so I do kind of feel bad for Olimar mains, he still has one thing which is dumb, which has got to be the up smash. Now, there are ways to play around this, but no other character has an up smash that you can throw at a shield that is very good in almost every situation, that can combo into itself, that can also combo into his up air and get you like 50%. What? It's so good. It is so good. Run up smash, do up out of shield. It's so good. And yeah, there are ways to play around this, and people have been figuring those out over time. But still, this move's dumb. Lucario is two different characters, with and without his aura. Without his aura, his forward air, up air, and neutral air are all his best moves because they're the best things in neutral and the best things to combo into and out of. With aura, aura sphere, and back air especially, and his forward smash are all completely ridiculous. Now, if we're kind of taking the middle of the road though, where you have to play both types of Lucario, which you do, I'm going to say that his best move is going to be his side B force palm because it's A, a command grab, which are always good. It's B, a projectile move if you miss the command grab, which can deal a lot of damage and has a ton of range if you have aura, and even without without aura can do decent damage and hit your opponent away. And C, if you can get this without aura, well, it's free damage at early percent, and if you can get it with aura, you are killing your opponent at like 80%. Overall, kind of a ridiculous move, and command grabs in general are really good in this game. R.O.B has a plethora of just dumb moves. He has stuff like Neutral Air, which is just way too safe, tons of damage. He has down tilt into jab now after the patch, which is dumb. He has his gyro and his Neutral B, which are both great projectiles, some of the better ones in the entire game with their range and damage. But I feel like his most busted move has got to be his side B in this game. Now, you could argue that it isn't the most useful all the time, and that really is just only useful off stage because you can kill it like 40% there, but you can't really set up into it way too much. But the fact that it can kill at such a dumb percent, I think, yeah, it just puts it up there. Now, if you want to pick another move that could potentially be more consistent, I'm going to say his up B would be that, because it just always gives him a great recovery, kind of makes up for one of the main flaws that this character would have otherwise, and lets you edge guard even better than ever. Both those moves, though, I think are kind of on the same level, just kind of for different reasons. Toon Link's bombs are way better at comboing than all of the other Link's bombs, and while they don't really keep any of the other pizzazz that the other Links have, yeah, you can just throw bomb into projectile, you can throw bomb into tilt at times, you can get bombs into random grab setups, you can get bombs into random killing aerials or killing smashes. The bombs just give Toon Link so much, and while he does rely on them, I think a little bit too much, and sometimes that can actually make him kind of a bad character, because if you can't hit a bomb, you're kind of screwed. If you can hit those, they're going to be giving you a ton every single time. Wolf's another one of those unfair characters to talk about because he has so many great moves. His projectile blaster, that thing, ridiculous. His forward tilt can kill, can hit people on the ledge, absolutely ridiculous. His up smash, it's so good. It can dodge moves, it can kill, it's so good. His forward smash, another move that's so good. His dash attack, another move that's actually just incredible. His nair, well, there you go with another one. But the move that I think is his best move has got to be his down smash. They've nerfed the thing twice already, but it's still almost just as good. It's a move that you can use at ledge, hit your opponent underneath the stage, or two-frame them, kill it like 55 to 60%, and there you go. There's like barely any other characters can do anything like this. It's amazing. You can use it in the middle of the screen for still decent killing percentages, like 100%, 110%. And overall, Wolf has so many broken moves, but down smash is probably the best. Villager's really hard because his whole kit kind of has to work together to create good moves. His neutral air is only good because it gives him a get off me move that you need as a zoner. His forward and back are only good because they work with the side B and his down B in order to create that zoning. And his grab is only good because, with everything else, they are conditioned to shield a lot. In general, I feel like he's a character that relies on a lot of his kit to make other parts of his kit good, which kind of creates a coherent character, but makes it no singular move is extremely broken. Now, if there's one move that I feel like can potentially kind of jank people out, it's going to be his forward smash, because on ledge, this thing can kill at just dumb percents. There are some weird setups into it, and it can potentially break shields sometimes. Really, though, with Villager, he's another one of those characters that has a lot of pretty good moves, but wouldn't say has a absolutely busted move. Mega Man has a lot of the best spammable projectiles in the game, from all of his Pella shootings to his neutral B, to his side B, to his up air, but I feel like the most good thing about this character has got to be his down B, the leash shield. Now in the previous game this was almost unusable, but in Ultimate you can down B, walk up to your opponent's shield, use it, they either drop shield and get hit, or poke shield and they get hit, or you just use it and are safe. It's weird. It's one of those moves you can just kind of spam like whenever you want to, and it does okay. And while it isn't quite as good as it used to be because you can't just cancel out of it, which was completely ridiculous, it still has a ton of usage, and is still just like a ridiculous move on this character. I love deep breathing, as it gives a character a berserker mode. Now, unfortunately, that berserker is Wii Fit, which is like, what the heck? But even on Wii Fit, I think it's still really cool, and it's still amazing. It gives Wii Fit more speed, it gives Wii Fit a heal, and it gives Wii Fit more damage. Literally everything you could want. Now, what's more important about this is that it allows her to just do what she wants to more. It makes so that when you have deep breathing on, you can go in, go ham, go in with stuff like nair, with stuff like back air, with all your grab combos, get like 60%, and then when it runs out, well, you run away. You start spamming. You use your side B, you use your neutral B, you just go off stage and do whatever you want to like you used to, and those together give her just a good game plan. Go ham when you have to, and the other time, spam. Overall, deep breathing just kind of makes this character work, and I love that they buffed in this game because it just does so much now. I kind of wish it was on a different character, but even on Wii Fit, it's pretty cool. Rosalina kind of lost a lot of her best moves from the previous game. Her up air is a lot worse and can't kill at ridiculous percents. Her down air also is quite a bit worse, and her back air is quite a bit worse, and a lot of her moves are just quite a bit worse. But I'm going to say the one move that is way better is going to be her neutral air, and now it's just like a move that's almost like an Ike neutral air. It combos really well, it spaces really well, it's extremely safe, you can spam it all the time. It's kind of weird. You never used it in the previous game, and now you use it all the time. A little bit different, and still maybe not one of the best moves in the entire game, but for Rosalina, it's probably one of her best moves. In the past, I would have said that Little Mac's best move in Ultimate would be his forward smash or down smash, because down smash is great at hitting people at ledge, great at getting kills. Forward smash, Super Armor, it's just, kind of one of his best moves. Relatively safe-ish first smash attack. And in the newest patch, though, Little Mac's best move is his jab, which is dumb, in my opinion. But it is kind of what the case is, because now if you just press AAA, wait, AAA, wait, AAA, wait, AAA, wait, side B, well, you can true combo for like 50 or 60% into side B. And why? I don't know. But that's how it is now. It also can potentially lead in some weird kill confirm stuff. But yeah, jab has always been great. It's always been 2 frames. I'd always just done a lot of damage. But with this new combo, it's just good at like everything. And while it doesn't make this character broken at all, it does make it one of the best jabs in the game. But anyways, that's going to be the second part of the best moves for every character in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. If you enjoyed, make sure to tell me down below. And also tell me down below what moves you thought I got wrong, and what characters you think actually have different moves that are better than the one that I currently stated. And please tell me why, as I'd really like to know that. Leave a like if you want to see more from this series. Subscribe to see the next episode of this as well, or click at the top right of the screen right now to see the previous one, or maybe the next one if it's been out by now. With that all said, guys, thank you all for watching, and have a smashing day.